Hi, everybody. Welcome. Happy Friday. Thank you so much for joining me today. Um, Hopefully, you are finding me on YouTube. Facebook apparently is having issues connecting to my StreamYard streaming program. So apparently, they're working on it. You know, technology, it likes to do its own thing sometimes, but that's okay because we're still here on YouTube. So hopefully, you will see my message that I posted on Facebook so that you can follow us over here. And as you find me, say hello. Let me know that you are here and let me know if you are where you're joining us from. Now, if you are stopping by to watch the replay, thank you so much for stopping by and just pop in. Just say a quick hello. Let me know that you were here. If you have not joined me before, I am Deborah Harrison with Simply Sweet and Neat Designs. And I just enjoy crafting with you each Friday, showing you how to use some of these really cool Stampin' Up! Products. So if I show anything that I'm demonstrating today and you would like to order it, you can either message me or you can use my shopping link to go on ahead and shop and order those items. All right, so I see some of you are finding me. Oh, from Austin, Jeanette. You're not too far from me, friend. Awesome. Okay, so I have just a few things today before we get started. And let me go ahead and switch my screens. All right, let me go and get my glasses on. So I just wanted to give you a quick reminder. Tomorrow, Saturday, June 17th, 2023, is the very last day that you can get my free Little Monkey project kit. This is what it looks like. It's got all those really yummy banana candies, all your pre-cut project supplies, your designer series paper, like a quarter pack. So it's all you really need to do is you need to provide the Little Monkey bundle, which you can go find that in my Stampin' Up! Store. I think it's $38.50. Really economical for both the stamp set and the punch. And you'll need some blends, the lemon lime twist, let's see, pecan pie, and I think daffodil delight. If you have the granny apple green, that would be awesome. But if not, that's okay. You can just use your lemon lime twist. So there is the link. There's actually the link with the host code already embedded for you right here in the video description. So you don't have to go searching for it or finding my host code. It's already in there for you. Now, if your order is $150 or more, what I want you to do is I want you to go when you're shopping, remove that host code so that you can also get some Stampin' rewards, and I will still mail you the project kit. All right, and one last thing. Next week, I'm getting ready to announce the registration for my Crafting with You mystery craft box. So more information will come. The reason I want to let you know about it now is if you are not part of my email list, make sure that you join, because my email list subscribers do get early access to this box by about a couple of days, because it is one of my most popular crafting kits. So I will give you more information in that registration link. I'm hoping to get it to my email list on Wednesday next week and then announce it to the general public on Friday during my live. So guys, I think I see that you are finding me. I know I was hiding, wasn't I? Facebook is not cooperating with my StreamYard, so I had to hop over here on YouTube. All right. And then I will post the link on for the YouTube later on Facebook. So for last week's share, actually, Romita Prometas, I hope I am saying your last name correctly. She was randomly selected to win the prize, the share prize for this week. It is going to be a set of really beautiful, the Nested Friends cards in a case here with envelopes. So Romita, I am going to have to see if I can find you, because I do not have your mailing address. So hopefully you will hop on, you will see that you won the share prize for this week, and that you will, if you would, private message me so that I can get your mailing address and send you that happy mail. Now for next week, I do have a set of the Pebbled Path Stampin' Blends that I'll be giving away. So if you share, make sure comment shared. So, and even on YouTube, you can share on YouTube, or you can go back later and share on Facebook once I get that link up. Now, if you already have the Pebble Path blends and you are selected next week, I do have some other blends that we can substitute out for you. So don't worry if you're like, I don't need those. That's all right. I do have more. What I do sometimes is for my local events, I will order extra blends, and sometimes I order more than I need. So I do have extras in other colors as well. So if you would like to be entered into the drawing, just comment shared. All right, y'all ready for today's project? This actually is one of my favorite types of stamping, and that is two-step stamping. I comment that I'm not a fan of coloring. Coloring's fine, but Two-step stamping is my way to color without having to use those markers. So it is one of my favorite methods of stamping. And we're going to be using today the So Refreshing bundle. Now, this bundle is the focus for my July Sweet Creations Club project kit. So for those who are who are part of my club, this is what we're going to be making some project using this bundle. And so if you're looking to order and you want to know what bundle for next month, this is the one to get. Now, also too, we're going to be using the Countryside Corners dies. There is one missing. That's because my prep angel, Pat, is borrowing it. So she is prepping some really fun projects for y'all, for me. So, but we're going to be using this to make a really just kind of unique card with the So Refreshing bundle. So I'm going to share with you how to do this. Rather than just cutting it single, I'm going to show you how you can make it into a kind of a unique card. Excuse me. All right, so let's go ahead and get our projects in place. Let me get my supplies. Now I do have the project sheet that will go out in tomorrow's email at 3 o'clock Central Time. I have all the instructions, show you too how to do this, and all of the supplies that I use so that you can shop those supplies in my Stampin' Up! Store. And don't forget, if your order is $50 or more, then you will also get that free little monkey project kit from me if you place your order by tomorrow night, June 17th. Okay, let me go ahead and I'm going to share with you what supplies you're going to want to have to make this card today. And then I'm going to do a little bit something different with you to kind of make an alternate project. So what we're going to do is we're going to take just a basic card base. This measures 4 1/4 by 11 inches, and it's just scored down the middle at 5 1/2 inches. So as you can guess, I'm going to cut out that really cool label out. So we're going to take the largest label from the Countryside Corner dies. And what we're going to do, I'm going to show you up close, and then we're going to run it through the machine. So as you see is I'm going to put it the top of the label just barely over the top where that fold line is. See how I've done that? Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to die cut this out. Make that really cool, unique card base. That lined up. Like I said, just kind of double check it. Make sure that it's lying over the fold line. Otherwise, it will cut into the fold line. All right. Looks like it went through perfectly. So there we go. We've got our card base. Now what we're going to do is I have already die cut out using the next smaller label in basic white. So as you see, it's just one size down, and we're going to do some stamping, and we're going to use lots of inks today. So get ready. All right. And lots of two-step stamping. So let's start off with the Daffodil Delight, and I'm using Lemon Lolly and Lemon Lime Twist. So let's go with the Daffodil Delight. I'm going to stamp the darker image with the lemon outline in Daffodil Delight, and I'm only going to do it around the edges. And I don't need to go all the way down because I don't need it to go all the way. So we're just going to go around the edge here, kind of randomly stamping. All right, so the next what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with Lemon Lolly. Now you do have two options here. Now, if you would like, and you only want to use Lemon Lolly, only want to use Daffodil Delight, what you can do is you can stamp, and then you can stamp off, and that will give you a lighter color. So if you just want to stick with one ink pad, that's one way you can do it. Or if you want to make it easy on yourself, like I want to do, then I'm going to use Lemon Lolly, because it will be very, very close to that shade. It's a little bit darker, but it's not quite as dark as the Daffodil Delight, unless you stamp it off. All right, let's go ahead and do some stamping here. And I just like how that Lemon Lolly creates that really pretty yellow. All right, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Lemon Lime Twist. Now here I am going to do stamping off because I need to. So what we're going to do is we're going to do all of the leaves just as it is for the lemon lime twist. Now, a lot of this is going to be covered, so if it's not perfect, don't worry about it. Don't fret. You'll be fine. Okay, so we've got that. Now I'm going to take the solid image of my leaves, and here I do want to do some stamping off. So I'm just going to stamp, and then I'm going to stamp off to give that lighter green. Then I'm just going to go around and fill in the leaves. Okay. I love how those lemons look. They look so beautiful, don't they? All right. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to take a strip. Now, this strip comes from the Brights Designer Series paper. It's got hearts on one side and these like little slashed lines on the other. And this measures 1 3/4 by whatever. It really doesn't matter. You need it to be at least the width of your label here. And I'm just going to glue it right here along the bottom. So I'm going to kind of line it up at the bottom. And as you see, just do that. I'm going to go ahead and line that piece up, and then I'm going to snip around to get rid of any excess that I don't need anymore. All right, isn't that beautiful? Oh my goodness, I love how that's turning out. All right, so next what we're going to do is we're going to glue this onto our card base. Now, if you would like, you can pop it up with dimensionals, but I'm just going to glue it straight on. Just really depends on how tall you want your card to be. Now, let's make sure we know where our fold line is, and it's still up here at the top. So I'm just going to glue this right here, center it. All right, next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a circle. This is a stitch circle from the Stylish Shapes dies. And let me see which one I used. It's approximately 2.5 inches. I think it's the third or maybe the second largest. I don't remember quite off the top of my head. But then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the sentiment that says happiest birthday. Again, want to use a lemon lime twist for my ink. Now I want to share with you. I want to show this to you. Do you notice how, hopefully it will show up, but the image for my sentiment is kind of blotchy, and I don't like that. So a tip that something that you can do if you have that, particularly this happens a lot on new ink pads, is what you can do is you can take either a bone folder, maybe a plastic spoon, and you can just take and move that ink away. And if you notice, it's getting lighter and lighter, because what happens is sometimes these new ink pads, they're super juicy. And so you need to kind of minimize some of that ink. So that's something you can do to be able to get a better stamped image. And then we're just going to tap that. And I'm going to stamp this in the kind of upper right corner. Now see, that is a much better image than what I had here. All right, so now I'm going to pop this up with dimensionals right there in the center. You like it already? Good. I love it. I love this lemon set. It's just so pretty. And I like how easy it is just to be able to create our coloring with the two-step stamping. All right, so let's go ahead and pop that up right there. Now we're going to do some more stamping. And I'm going to take, again, we're two-step stamping, lots of two-step stamping today. I'm going to take the outline for my picture, and we're going to use basic gray. Now you could use basic, you could just use a black if you would like, ink pad, but I just kind of found it was a little too stark for what I wanted, so I went with the basic gray. Now what you can do is we're going to go back to the lemon lolly, and I'm going to stamp the inside image so it looks like lemonade. You can probably tell I've been using this for like pink lemonade as well. So either color. Let's go ahead and we'll get that. Get our lemonade going. And then while I have this out, I need to go back to my lemons. I'm going to stamp in Daffodil Delight. And I'm just going to put that right there. And then I'm going to go back with the Lemon Lolly for that lighter color for my lemons. Then we're going to do the leaf. And then I think we're ready to put everything together. All right, let's go back with the lemon lime twist. Let's get our leaves in. Let's do the outline just as it is. And then we're going to stamp off. And I don't know where I put my scrap paper. So I'm just going to stamp off here in the corner. And then right there. Okay, let's see. Is there anything else I need to do? So also too is I want to stamp a flower because I didn't show you the inside of the card. So we do have something on the inside, this really beautiful flower. Now I will tell you, this is tricky. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Doing this flower is a little bit challenging. So let me see if I can help you with this, share with you maybe something that may help. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you, if you start off with the stem, okay, in here, there are these little blank areas that when you stamp them, they will look like this. Now, what I did is I showed you kind of where the outline of that is, because what you're going to do is when you come back to stamp your flower, you want to kind of position those flower petals within this area here. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to stamp in Lemon Lime Twist for my stem. And let's go ahead and do that over here. Then what I'm going to do is, remember, right here is I'm focusing just on this little blank area where those petals are going to rest. Then I'm going to come back in with my flowers, the outline, in Daffodil Delight. Okay, here's the trick. We want to find and position this big flower right in the middle on these outlines. So you want to kind of turn it and don't focus on any other part of the flower. Just focus on that big flower to get it positioned correctly. Okay. I did not do very well. Let's try that again. Let's see. I told you it's a little tricky. It takes a little practice. So make sure that you kind of practice on some scrap paper first. All right, let me try it again. It could be too, I'm just not seeing it well. Okay, give it one more go. There we go. Much, much better. Okay, so then I'm going to come back in, and this is the easy part. You can line this up, no problem. And then we'll just take our Lemon Lolly and stamp right over. And then what we're going to do is we're going to die cut all of these pieces out. We're going to die cut the pitcher, the lemon, the leaves, and that flower. I've already done that for us, kind of save us a little bit of time. So we have the pitcher, we've got our little leaf, and my lemon, and my flower. And then I die cut out 2 of the flowers from the bundle in the Lemon Lime Twist because I want to add a little bit of green to my card. So now it's just a matter of decorating all of our pieces, decorating our card with our pieces. So let's go ahead, let's get the leaves. I'm just going to put that at an angle under here. And then I'm going to do the other leaf in the opposite corner. Right there. Now let's pop the picture up with some dimensionals. I'm going to put that right here in the corner. And then my lemon, I'm going to pop that up with a dimensional. Let's see which way. I want it to go this way. And then the last thing is I'm going to take my leaf, and I want to use a mini dimensional for this one. So I'm going to take my mini dimensional. I'm going to slide it slightly underneath the lemons here. Kind of lift it up a little bit. And then I'm going to put that on top. All right, there we go. So that is the outside. I do want to do one other thing, actually two other things. I want to add a little bit of bling and a little bit of ribbon. So what I did is I took the ribbon from the Duo ribbon pack. It does come in this really thin lemon lime twist and then this really pretty, I think that's the petal pink. It is, both ribbons come in the pack. So I'm going to take the lemon lime twist one, and I've already done a bow, and I'm just going to glue it, or I'm going to adhere it with a mini glue dot right here, kind of in the corner, right over that leaf. And then I'm going to add a little bit of bling. Now this comes from the Tinsel Gems 4-pack. Now there's a 3-pack and a 4-pack. Obviously the 4-pack has 4 colors, and then the 3-pack has 3 colors. So I'm going to take these, and we're just going to add a little bit of bling here on our card, decorate it up. Just add some little fun sparkle to it. All right, so let's do the inside. So for the inside, really simple. I die cut out the same size in the basic white as I did for the front, and then I have die cut out my flower. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue my flower in the corner, and then I'm going to snip off the part that I don't need. Now, if you want, you can just stamp directly onto your card, onto your white layer here if you would like. It's really up to you. I just wanted to add a little bit more dimension to my card. Let's go ahead, let's trim that piece off that I don't need. And then we're going to glue that on the inside. But hang with me because we're going to do something else. You can leave your card as you want, like this, if you would like, or we can do something else with it. Okay, so that is our card if we leave it as is. Now, one of the things is this card is smaller than your standard card, right? So if you would like to make this into a full size, A4 card, there is something you can do. You can take, this is an alternative project. So if you want to do more, you can leave this as is. That would even make a cute tag for like a gift, wouldn't it? So you can take a piece of Daffodil Delight or any other coordinating color. This measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. That's just a quarter sheet of cardstock. Then you can take a piece of basic white. This is 4 by 5 1/4. You can glue this down. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add one more thing, and that is a piece from the Brides Designer Series paper. I took the polka dot print. This measures 2 by 5 1/4, and we're just going to glue it right here on the side. Tie in some of the yellow that we've been using. Now what we can do is we can glue that right there on the top. Isn't that beautiful? So just glue just this back part, and we can give a totally different look to this card that we just made. All right, what do y'all think, guys? Do y'all like both of them? You would prefer one over the other? So anyway, then you've got a really fun little card here to make. Now, like I said, this is part of the So Refreshing project kit that is for my July Stamp Club. So if you are interested in doing that project kit, you can either join and subscribe monthly to my Sweet Creations Club, or you can contact me for just a 1-month kit. Now, I know it makes me want a glass of lemonade too. It has been so hot here in San Antonio. We went from last week, beautiful weather, to sweltering weather in just a matter of a few days. So yes, lemonade would be awesome this time of year. So the project kit for the July Sweet Creations Club is going to make 5 projects. Again, using that So Refreshing bundle. This is a gift card holder, and also a little treat holder with some lemon candies inside. So the project kit, if you are part of my club, part of my monthly subscription, it is $39 a month. and that also includes shipping. If you would like just to try it as a non-club member, the cost is $45 for just the 1 month kit. So registration does close on July 5th, and then I will mail out the project kits by July 15th. So one of the things that I like to do is when I come on these Friday lives is to share with you a project that coordinates with what I am doing for my Sweet Creations Club. So, because I know a lot of you are my club members, and I want you to get multiple ideas, not only from the kit, but also to some bonus ideas to be able to use your bundle and get more value out of your the products that you buy. All right, guys, don't forget tomorrow is the very last day to get that little monkey project kit from me free with a $50 order, and I will mail those out next week. So guys, take care. Thank you so much for joining me and for sharing this project. I really appreciate you, and we will see you next Friday. Take care, guys.